Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Squadcast. It's our show where we break down the top stories from the Capital Region and beyond each week. Today on the show, it's the final culmination of our mask challenge. We will later be joined by our president, Gary Dake, along with a few of the squad members, and we're going to showcase our best Stewart's Flash 2 buttons deep mask. The winner, decided by our president, will get to donate $500 to their local charity, also courtesy of our president. We're going to be breaking down a few topics, as always, right before, including the second protest happening here in Albany. The racetrack, all up in limbo right now. That's big for us, so we got to talk about that. What state troopers are changing this week that you should probably be aware of. The new type of babysitting in this age, and what's happening in Georgia. There's some weird things going on. So let's jump right into it. I'm joined by Jordan, Katie, Taylor. How you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Jordan, what's your light situation going on behind you?
Well, you know, man, I had to spice some things up. I was getting bored of just looking at the white walls, and all I got is my Iowa flag. So I was like, you know what? If I can't go to any bars or any place that's got the party, I'm going to have a party by myself.
I like it. You're bringing it here to the Squadcast. I was about to do our ad read for our wonderful sponsor, the Times Union, but Taylor, somebody took our paper this morning. Do you have any idea who stole it from the lobby?
Are you saying that it doesn't belong to me, the paper? I wish you could do one of those like video challenges where like you get like dropped it.
Oh, yeah, I can throw
like I pass it. And then I have it.
Except none of us have the
Reading
paper.
it.
You stole it.
Maybe I do one of these, but I do it with product placement in
There
mind.
you go.
But we need the Times Union for the Squadcast, guys, because what we do is we like to throw a little real news in here, right? And not just the boring stuff. There's arts, there's entertainment, there's sports in there. And that's where Two Buttons Deep likes to get our news. It allows us to be a little fun, a little silly, and we let the real journalists do the work. And do you guys know the best part of the Times Union right about now?
What?
You can subscribe digitally. So you don't need no mess of a paper. You don't need to fight over it like me and Jack. You can get your paper digitally on the app or just online for as little as $1 a week. I watched a lot of really depressing commercials during Family Feud last night, you know, like the ASPCA ones and the, you know, Habitat for Humanity ones. And they are like, you can help the animals for as little as $42 a month. And you're like, oh my God, that's so expensive. It's saving lives. But listen, this will actually save your life. It'll keep you informed, your brain big, and it's much less than saving the planet, the babies, the animals, whatever. I'm into it.
Taylor, you said the best part of the paper is $1 a week. I disagree. My favorite part of the Times Union is the archive section. Every day, since this paper has been around for 160 years, they show what was printed 100 years ago and 50 years ago. And I was going to read this story about some guy losing his legs in Waterville on a train track, because a few months ago I tweeted about how I was on Amtrak, and I'm like, why do they blow their horns when they go through every small town? And it shows a story of a guy getting hit by a train, and he's probably the reason that they have to blow their horns going through these small towns. So you learn fascinating things. And also, this is a picture from a 5th grade class in 1990 with Anne Marie Lanzi, our friend from Albany Can Code.
I love her.
So it's just, every time I go into that section, I find something worth talking about. So that's my favorite part.
Katie, you would like that. That's some nice history. Some good puns could come out of that.
Yeah. And actually, not for nothing, one of the skill sets I'm trying to look into, you know, in pandemic is coding. So I have hit up the Albany Can Code website, and they do have a lot of free tutorials for adults and kids on their YouTube channel. So why not, guys? You know, learn a new skill, get a new career after coronavirus. So.
Talking about getting a new career. A lot of people are on edge about the lockdown and being prevented from running their business or what have you, as Mayor Sheehan has warned us about another lockdown protest happening tomorrow here in downtown Albany. Do I go back? What do we do now?
Yeah, gotta go. And I don't know. I don't know if it will be safe for you to go round 2, because you got people looking for you.
Yes, I ended up on many right-wing Facebook groups. My face is plastered. And I am the source of fake news, if you guys didn't know. So, Jordan, maybe we should send you.
Hey, I'm about it. There was like somebody that commented on the page was like, that Jack Carpenter, he is just putting out fake news and anybody can just take a story and make it seem false or something like that. I was like, and anybody can be a hater, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They're just mad. Like,
that was probably our
sad.
second biggest reaction to a video, other than Taylor's mishap a few years back, which they piled on because everyone left reviews for that one too. So, nothing like a trip down memory lane.
I don't know why it's a trip down memory lane for the protesters again this week, though. Like, you did it. You said your piece. It went viral. The stories were written. To do it again, I don't know if the governor's going to be like, all right, fine, guys, you're right. And what I read and what I've been seeing is there's just so much pressure across the entire country for the economy to open back up. But you can't really succumb to that pressure as a leader because you're risking lives, obviously, as we all know. So, we definitely heard the people out last week in Jack's video. A lot of unique characters. People traveled from different parts of the state to be part of the protest. But guys, just don't do it here. We don't need downtown Albany getting crowded with your non-mask wearing, Trump loving, whatever you got going on.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Well, Mayor Sheehan actually had a nice tweet last night where I think she was sent out a message that was pretty respectful to the protesters, asking them, like, look, I'm not here to infringe on your freedom of speech, your constitutional right, but if you do think that this is important to you and you come to our town, please respect that, we have lives and we're trying to stay healthy ourselves. So, wear the masks or stay in the car, honk your horns. We're rerouting buses. We're warning the public just to stay away. So I thought that was, a good diplomatic approach, but also defending the city of Albany and its citizens, against all of that. Because we know, I'm sure you guys saw, I think it was maybe the ringleader of the North Carolina anti-closure protests got sick with coronavirus. So, yep. I mean, it's, just be safe about your freedom of speech. So
yeah, I said to this guy on Facebook I was talking to, and again, I was like, yeah, freedom of speech, fine. But in some points in time, you can't be certain places. Like, imagine a bank robbery and the cops are all holding the guy inside's like, if anybody comes inside, I'm going to kill a hostage. And one guy's like, you know what? That's my money. I want to withdraw my money now. Are the police going to let him inside? No, because it's protecting people. And this is an invisible enemy that we can't even truly understand. So it's even harder to kind of decipher that. But again, yeah, if you're even going to go out, can you at least wear a mask?
Right. It's kind of like the last thing is like, we have this thing with 2 Buttons Eve where we go and cover events for the first time. And then the next year rolls around and it happens and it's a great event like the Victorian Stroll or Dingus Day. And we go, how can we beat what we just did, right? Like, it was so good. And that's how I feel about Jack's video, that like we could never replicate what already happened. I get these people are trying to prove a point, but the moment's been had. It's like Tiger King. It's over.
Yeah, it's like Tiger King. Move on.
Let it happen.
It's too soon.
Well, talk about being over. The Saratoga racetrack is completely up in the air. Not that everything this year hasn't been canceled, but Cuomo hinted at the fact that if it happens, it might just be spectators, and that throws us for a loop. Everybody knows we were up there last summer, 2019. We had our own gazebo, and we were planning something bigger and better this year, and that's in limbo. So, Taylor, this was your passion project. How do you feel about it?
I feel hopeful that 2 Buttons Deep has enough credibility at this point that if the track season resumes racing, we will get a media pass fair and square, and we can still make the most of the track and have an opportunity to bring content to people who can't. Because a lot of what we do is having experiences that other people don't get to do, going behind the scenes at the Times Union Center, doing something crazy. We get to do it and we show everyone. So as long as the media can go in, I feel okay. Am I going to miss Charlie's bombs at the Horseshoe? Yes. Are we maybe not going to be dressing up to the level we did with Mark Thomas in circles? Yes. But I think we can still make something happen there. It is a little logistically confusing, though. And that assemblywoman went right at Cuomo and said, I don't think that's fair that you're saying it can't be going on because it's such a big part of the economy in terms of like the agriculture and the farming and the horses and all of that. And then obviously the spectator side. So she's saying you can't open up other things and not allow the track. It's that wait and see game of how scaled down is it going to be. But if our squad can get in there, might be a perk.
That's what matters, I guess. Jordan, you go there a lot?
He never even went to the turkey trot, and he's from Troy.
I have never. I think I've been to the racetrack once when I was younger. I was away. I was training for football during the summer all the time. I was always in camps in Ohio, other places. Then I was in Iowa and never came home. So I never got the chance. I was hoping to this year.
Right, this is your year.
But, I mean, Cuomo did make a point that our racetrack isn't just local people. You will have people from all over driving and visiting this place and then going back to where they're from. So it is a valid point that it is something that we might sadly have to, not let in normal like vendors and people just come through in and out, and letting certain things open up and not this, like that point makes sense because again, people are traveling. But I would say with Taylor, I mean, I feel like if we still get the slide in, we can definitely still make some cool vids, and I mean, maybe even put Taylor on a horse or something.
Yeah, I'm jockey height.
That's about the one thing we didn't do last year. We did literally everything we could have thought of except for you riding a horse.
Well, I did the harness track.
You rode behind one. Yeah, that was cool.
That's not riding a horse. That was
driving. It's called driving.
Driving. I knew it was something close. Speaking of driving, state troopers.
Ooh,
listen to
nice
this.
Segue.
The state troopers in New York State are ticketing people again on Friday because apparently they haven't been doing it for the last month or so. They said after a month in which the number of traffic citation and arrests have plummeted across the states, troopers have been instructed to resume routine traffic enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
You guys even know something was different?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like I haven't left my house.
I did hear that state troopers were making sure their presence was known. Like, you see them parked on the throughway, little U-turn areas, and just so people knew that they were out monitoring things. But I did hear firsthand from a family friend who's a state trooper that they weren't really pulling people over at all for anything unless it was reckless speeding, like something dangerous, because for their safety and the passenger safety. So I don't know why all of a sudden now it's okay, it's safer to ticket people or pull them over. But maybe they just the New York State needs those tax dollars, needs the fine money, so that probably has something to do with it. So just drive safely, guys.
Listen to this.
What's the rush?
So in the article, it continues. It says state place vehicle and traffic citations dropped year over year from 85,106 in April 2019 to 10,212 this month. So they're down about, I'm terrible at math, but like 75,000. And crashes also declined from 4,928 a year ago to only 2,232 this month. So all the numbers, including arrests, are way, way down. But they said that in their month, like Katie said, of observation, they've noticed like way more reckless driving. They pulled someone over in in one of the lower counties, southern counties, for going 142 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lie. I've taken a couple left on reds. I haven't left anybody on red in quarantine because I have all the time in the world, but taking a couple left on red.
No, yeah. I was going to say almost before you even said that, Taylor, I was thinking about that because I talked to one of my friends in San Diego and he said that randomly he just walked up to a cop outside because there was a protest and he asked him what the differences were. And he said, he's yeah, there's less accidents happening, but they're more violent. And some of them are more deadly because like you said, since there's less people on the road, people are driving more recklessly. So it's good that the troopers are even though it's down right now, they're going to make a statement yo, even though there's not that many people, y'all got to chill out because
we're watching you.
You got to be safe.
Yep.
Wear a seatbelt.
Speaking of learning to be a good driver, first you got to learn. Take driver's ed, you take your test, except in the state of Georgia now, who have completely bypassed the driving test because of what's going on in the world. Under a new executive order given by Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, who is everyone's favorite right now, just like Cuomo, Teenagers within the Peach State will no longer need to pass a formal driving test in order to secure driver's lessons. Instead, this is real, instead, they'll just get an A-OK from their parents to operate machinery and get pulled over by a New York statement on Friday. What the hell kind of world are we living in?
Don't drive up here, Georgia, new drivers. That's all I have to say. Don't be taking any road trips to New York.
Who voted for him? Like Trump right away goes, guys, I want us to reopen too, but there are guidelines that we have to do. 14-day decline. Georgia governor comes out. You know what? We're going up, but let's reopen. Now, with, again, less people on the road, more people driving reckless, you're like, you know what, kids? I know you've been playing Need for Speed on Xbox. You know what? Take the wheel. Go ahead. Like what?
Mario Kart Switch.
Yeah, like that's ridiculous. And if anything, you should be having more tests.
So they still take the written test, but which they can probably do online, but they don't take the driver's test. And it should be the exact opposite. You should take the driver's test. I don't remember a single question on the written test, and I'm a good driver. And this is so concerning to me. I've always said, even to like have a baby, you should take a driver's test because it's such a commitment in life, putting other people at risk. Driver's test should always have been a thing. The fact that they're bypassing this, wildly reckless. It'll be interesting to look at those numbers soon.
Well, they are, for what it's worth. They are still requiring new drivers to complete 40 hours of supervised driving, maybe by a parent, so maybe it's the honor system of the 40 hours and the parent A-OK. That I'm not sure, but at least, for what it's worth, they're getting one full work week of driving in before they hit the road. So if that makes you feel any better.
Nope.
Not really.
Taylor, how do you feel?
I don't even want to say because it's just about Gary time.
Just about Gary time. All right, it's time to rope in our president and the rest of the squad.
I need to get in the zone.
You guys have your masks?
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
Oh, baby. Don't show it. All right.
Oh, my.
I'm nervous because Jack changed the rules again.
Welcome.
Yes.
Our president, Gary Dake, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Jack. How you doing?
Good. You're proper 2 buttons deep. That's a right look.
There.
You know how to live the brand. How's life in quarantine for you?
Life in quarantine has been good.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here, I've got my Mountain Brew, I'm ready to judge.
We've been waiting for Mountain Brew to sponsor the show. When is that going to happen?
You have your people talk to my people. We'll see what we can do.
All right, we'll see what we can make happen. But Gary, we welcome you here today. You know what's happening, right? It's the ultimate mask competition. 2 buttons deep. Stewart's finally coming together for something good. And we got those 500 bones on the line. That will be sent to the winning designer's favorite charity here in the 518. And what we're going to do, we're going to go around the ringer right now, give a little intro, and present our mask to you like it's Shark Tank. You can ask a few questions, do whatever you want, Gary, and then it is entirely in your hands to determine the winner. We have one single rule. It's that it has to be wearable. So they're going to have to show you hands-free that it sticks to the face. If it doesn't, you got to eliminate them, Gary, okay?
That sounds good.
All right. So at first, we have a tribute to go first. I think we know who would be the most excited about this, and it's Jimmy Collins. Jimmy, the floor is yours.
Fellow 2 Buttons Deep members and my dear friend Gary, we've been asked to come up with a mask that incorporates 2 Buttons Deep and the best damn store out there, Stewart's. While some might come up with a mask, I saw this as an opportunity to really dive into brand recognition. Last year, during the Game of Thrones finale, companies like Adidas and Johnny Walker came out with products to support not only the show itself, but the characters or families inside the show. Stewart's is more than just a company, it's a lifestyle. That's why instead of doing one mask, I did a line of masks. My first mask, the ice cream mask. Stewart's has the best ice cream in the league, and anyone saying otherwise is a lost soul. On this mask, I put different flavors of Stewart's ice cream to let anyone know who runs into you that you have great awareness and non-clouded judgment, right? Everyone has their own favorite flavors, too. I can't tell you how many times I've been in heated arguments with friends defending peanut butter pandemonium's honor, and this is a way to fully support your flavor. Whether it be an array of flavors or just your favorite, everyone can trust and respect a person who supports Stewart's ice cream.
Try it on. All right.
Sweet.
Let's
That's
get
a sweet
side
mask.
view.
Little mask number 1.
All right.
Good,
Mask
Jim.
number 2, deli dogs. If you know me, I love deli dogs. Bun, mustard, onions, hot dog, mustard on top of the hot dog. That's a sheriff dog. My mom doesn't really even like meat, and she still hammers one. This mask lets people know that you're salt of the earth and that you like to party. Along with the hot dogs, you can also make a mask that includes cheeseburgers, subs, empanadas, breakfast sandwiches, or anything else you might find in the heated treasure chest of Stewart's cuisine. Do you want me to put this one on too?
No.
Okay.
We believe you.
And my last mask.
Jim, are those actual pictures from my training decal?
I went right on Google, buddy. I went right to the source. My last mask. My president.
Oh, wow.
I've always loved Stewart's. That's not a question, but a fact. I didn't know that I can endorse a company even more. That is until I met Gary. Gary's a true beauty who supports Stewart's fans, the community, and just about anyone in upstate New York. We've shared memories, like you delivering me a pint at my job, doing push-offs off of a box at Metabolic, and just sliding into each other's DMs on Instagram. Gary has stated that I am one, if not the best, Stewart's ambassador there is. For that, I want to show you my support of your operation with a My President mask.
Jimmy.
Give it up for Jimmy.
Incredible work.
Great job.
If I win, I'd like to donate it to the ICU of Saratoga. My mom has been an integral part of this unit since she was 18 years old. The nurses of Saratoga ICU go above and beyond on the regular. Nurses like Doreen Collins, Brittany Collier, Ashley Podolick, Colleen Herron, Nicole Hines, just to name a few, are modern-day superheroes. They go to work every day not knowing what might happen, but do it knowing that they have to. If there's an organization that deserves to be recognized, it would be that unit.
Any questions from our president?
I'm speechless.
All right, so are we all. We all hate Jimmy right now.
Yeah, really.
Very good. So I'm going to pass it to Sam Meir now. The floor is yours.
What's going on, Gary? My name is Sam. You might have seen me on the show before. So when I heard that we had 5 minutes to pitch to Gary, I was going to take advantage of this opportunity to the fullest. Although Jack did switch the rules last minute again for another competition that we host, I was not going to let this opportunity pass by. Although my mask is not wearable, it is designed like the video did that Jack mentioned in the initial show that this competition launched. I really want to take advantage of this opportunity. We even talked about this theme and this topic a couple months back on the Squadcast, and that New York State was going to pass a law for ice cream that has liquor in it. So without further ado, here's my mask. Here's my theme. Here we go. I'm going to share it.
What are you doing?
It better not be Tito's. It better not be Tito's.
I'm sharing my mask. Jack, can you share my mask?
Share anything. Do you have a wearable mask?
I have a mask that I designed that's Stewart's and 2 Buttons Deep theme.
You had to make it.
I designed it. You said design a mask.
You're eliminated.
Good idea, Guy Jack.
Katie, you're up next.
Okay, well, hi, Gary. This is our actual first introduction, so it's a pleasure to finally meet you. I'm a lifelong resident of the Capital Region and a fan of Stewart, so this was like a perfect collaboration. 2 brands I love upstate. So for my mask, I'm going to explain it first before I put it on. You know Flavor the cow, our favorite mascot. That's the mascot of Stewart's, the cow. Well, meet Flavor the mask. Okay, this is a medium-sized Stewart's to-go cup, adorned with buttons, black and white.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully, bring flavor to life, and 2 buttons for the nose, of course. So it is wearable, not necessarily breathable, but here goes.
There we go. Let's get the test.
Give a moo.
That's fantastic.
Give me the side shot.
Oh, you know it. I just want to make sure it's compliant. Oh.
The 2 buttons are good. Gary, thoughts?
I think the lack of ability to breathe definitely hurts.
Well, I can breathe, sir.
But
I can breathe.
Kate, so Kate, what charity would your $500 go to should you win? And Sam, you never told us that either.
Oh,
he's eliminated. That's okay.
Well, I would donate the $500 to a charity called the Schenectady Foundation. I'm a Schenectady girl. Actually, shout out to Stewart's store number 110, who hooked me up with this free goodies. They're right around the corner. They actually service Ellis Hospital, so I'm sure that's a huge. the staff at Ellis is going 2 buttons deep at Stewart's, whether it's milkshakes, a night owl, ice cream, soda, coffee, of course. So that Stewart's is really supporting the frontline workers closest to my home. And the Schenectady Foundation has a Rebuilding Families Fund. So that includes programs like Call to Action for Schenectady Youth, Schenectady STEM Alliance, Schenectady Bridges Partnership, a weekend backpack fund, and neighborhood revitalization. And for this fund, they will match the first $25,000 donated to this fund, dollar for dollar. So it's more bang for your buck. If I win and get $500, that charity is getting $1,000.
All right.
So thank you for your time, sir.
Gary, any questions?
No questions.
Soaking it all. All right. So we had a request for Jordan to go 5th, which would be next. So it's myself or Taylor. Taylor, do you want to go now or last?
It's up to you, Jack.
I'll go now.
Okay.
So Gary, this is my special mask. We've been working on this collaboration since August 2018, since we started making fun of you guys for not having real eggs, which is probably something you should consider, but it's okay. We still shop there in the meantime. But I think I have the perfect collaboration mask that really embodies both brands.
Oh.
This allows you to go 2 buttons deep at any time during the day. And if you're worried about what people are saying or if they can hear you, don't worry. You got 2 ice cream ventilators on either side. And you are completely equipped to handle any situation that is thrown at you, especially going 2 buttons deep. So for that, I would like this mask to win $500 to Feed Albany, which has served over 20,000 meals here in Albany to unemployed restaurant workers since COVID has happened, and they're continuing to do many more. So $500 will go a long way. Jordan, the floor is yours.
Well, you didn't ask him if he had any questions about yours, Jack.
He doesn't seem to have many questions, so we'll save it till the end.
There's so much coming in. Now, Jordan, I got to tell you, I can't wait to see yours, because when this contest was announced, you look like the most clueless person on the planet. You had no goddamn idea what was going on. It was obvious. I can't wait to see what you came up with.
Gary, you were not wrong. The first time when Jack announced this, literally nothing went in my head. I was like, for me personally, like this, I've been staying inside literally as much as possible. My mother, she has lupus, and that's the foundation that I would like to donate to, the Northeastern Foundation, Lupus Foundation of America, if I win. So I was like, yo, I'm sorry, but I can't just drive to Stewart's right now. Like, I'm just being extra, But then it hit me. I was thinking, the worst thing about masks, Gary, and I know that you agree with me, is you can't express your mood. Like, how do you really know if someone's smiling? How do you even know if someone's sad? How do you know if someone just, you just can't tell. So I knew that was the first thing that I had to go to. So hold on a second. Jack, give me a little drum roll or something. That was weak.
That's all I can do.
Boom!
Oh,
got the 2 button deeps. Little icon
Koozie?
button right here. Then I gotta express.
That's the bottom of the koozie that's on your microphone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
He's a multitasker.
I gotta express myself. So got the Stewart's Let's Lick This Problem civility.
Okay.
I got the Stewart's coffee cup. Gotta represent America. Good old fashioned. You got milk.
Yeah.
Do yourself a flavor. Stewart's, as Jimmy said, we're a family. We're closer to you. Good old cow. We know we love her dearly. Got to put the heart next to her too.
Flavor.
And even though I didn't want to, I decided to put my competition on there too. Got you, Taylor, and Jack right there on the bottom.
Oh my.
But I got 2 surprises. I was thinking, like, Gary, you could start this and have a bunch of different collectible icons that people can express themselves on their masks. But what would be the best one, the only one that I allow to touch the 2 buttons deep cozy, is the special edition Gary Dake wearing a Miller Lite sweatshirt and a Santa Claus.
Jordan.
Nice.
But
The mask for all seasons.
that's not it.
Oh, God.
What if you want to wear your mask at nighttime? What if you want to jog around?
Oh, no.
I got the solution for that, there, Gary.
Oh,
I got the solution for that. 'Tis the season to be jolly all the time.
The score is upward.
Gary, I didn't know what I was doing before, but best believe creativity hit me.
don't
Wow,
get
Jordan.
electrocuted.
That was a total 180 for Jordan, I have to say.
Taylor, that's like what you call a day to night look, right?
That was
what you call
the
day to night?
I just want to say I'm happy with everybody. Jimmy really taking the mind of a designer, designing a collection. Jack saying the 2 buttons deep fashion. You know, Katie, life imitating art, imitating ice cream. And then Jordan, you blew me away there. I feel bad for Sam. I feel like we should give Sam a second at the end to say his piece.
There was one rule. It has to be wearable.
He's on mute, so he's not helping.
You made the rule yesterday. You said, no, it has to be wearable. In the original video, you said design a mask, not manufacture a mask, design a mask.
Did the governor say everybody can just have a mask on their phone and show it when they go into Target?
It's like that lady from my video.
You have to wear it.
I will go back to the
What were you
video.
going to say, Gary?
At the end, show me, if you can show me your screen or show me the mask, I will at least give it some consideration.
He's the judge. All right, Taylor.
All righty. So, Gary, as you know, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm always thinking about what the next challenge is, what the next big thing is, right? So we have to wear masks. That's unfortunate. How long are we going to have to wear masks? Is it going to impact my summer in Saratoga, where I run into you frequently, whether it's at the track or at Gaffney's or at another spot downtown? I'm concerned about that. I'm also concerned about how I'm going to drink my Mountain Brew if I'm wearing a mask. So that's why I took this challenge a little bit bigger scale and designed something that is going to allow me to still enjoy my summer while social distancing and practicing the right responsibilities when I'm out in public. So please excuse me, it takes a second to set it up, and I will come back with the full look, mask included.
All right, we'll give Sam 1 minute to present his design on a screen.
Jack, I emailed you my design. Can you share it?
What is this?
It's not working for me.
What do you mean? Why would it work for me if it doesn't work for you?
Anywho, I have it on my phone.
All right, here we go. This is Sam's design.
So, Gary, the opportunity here is being first to market to the booze ice cream game. In February, New York State lawmakers were thinking about passing ice cream infused liquor as a product. So we want to bring 2 buttons deep and Stewart's together, infuse a Tito's liquor and my favorite Stewart's ice cream, the dragon fruit mango sherbet,
That is
together.
That is a good combination.
And it would be called All Sprinkles Deep. Yes, I don't have a physical mask, but I ain't Martha Stewart. I don't have crabs around my apartment. So I designed it as the rules said initially, and I wanted to make this opportunity to pitch to you our first to market liquor-infused ice cream in the capital region that everyone will love, and it will be called All Sprinkles Deep, with my favorite alcohol, Tito's, and my favorite Stewart's ice cream, the mango dragon fruit sherbet, together, and that's my mask, and that's my theme, and that's the opportunity that I wanted to take advantage of to share you my mask. We can talk about this offline for a future product line of Stewart's, but that was my pitch.
And Sam, who would your charity be if you were to win?
The ALS Foundation. My mom's best friend passed away from ALS. My good friend in college, his father passed away, so I know that's something that maybe a lot of people are, have personal connections or friends who've had connections with. So that would be my charity. That's my mask, although I do have this,
So you could have printed it out. You had the materials the whole time.
What do I don't have a printer, Jack. I don't have buttons and arts and crafts in my apartment.
Sam, the amount of hours I put in learning how to sew, you ain't getting it. No, I'm just kidding.
I sewed.
I think Taylor's
I'm
ready.
thinking of longevity. I pitched an idea that Gary should think about for Stewart's
Sam,
long
it's
term.
important to know you cannot spell last without A, L, and S.
There you go.
A, L, and S. Yes. There you go.
Taylor, go.
Taylor, the floor is yours.
Oh my goodness.
So Here I have a fully functional beer drinking. There's Mountain Brew in here, I promise. I can drink all summer long in my mask, which just so happens to be Stewart's colored. And let me demonstrate that it works. You just turn this.
There she's flowing.
And then when you want to turn it off, you just push the lever. So I just want to just really show it off here. I wanted to go Stewart's first, so the back is branded with 2 buttons deep. But I really kept with the theme here. I wanted to say this is kind of an avant-garde challenge. I'm taking it out of the perspective of just what a mask means. But Gary, I mean, I think this is something you could sell in your store for customers if social distancing continues, they want to still drink Mountain Brew.
I like that.
All right, can I drop the mask?
Yes, it is wearable.
Okay, hold on.
So Gary, you have officially seen
My charity.
Oh yeah.
So the charity that I would want to donate to is Albany King Code. We actually just talked about them in our Squadcast, but they provide free educational programming or educational program to people that are looking to get tech sector jobs, women and minorities included. So they're trying to get those people more high-paying jobs in the region. Right now, they've taken all of their programs virtually and online to provide the same level of education. And the founder and CEO, Anne-Marie Lanasee, is an incredible woman. She's very inspirational. As I kind of become my entrepreneurial self, she's someone that I look to. So that would be where I would want the 500 to go.
There you go, Gary. You have seen all of the pitches from the squad. For better or for worse, the ball is in your court. Let's hear your thoughts, and we'd like you to pick a winner.
All right. Well, I kept a scorecard here.
What was the criteria?
It's very interesting. It's a challenge. I mean, Sam made it easy to come up with 6th place. So we got 6th nailed. Even though I give Jordan a lot of credit for coming from behind, he comes in 5th.
Oh, wow.
I mean, although it was a tremendous effort, I think that Kate and Jack are tied for 4th. Which gives us Taylor, I'm sorry, I guess that's 3rd and 4th. That gives us between Taylor and Jimmy. And I'm going to be a homer with the guy from north of the Twins, and I'm going to go with Jimmy. And the Saratoga ICU is going to get $500. But what I will do, you were all so good. Give me, I'll do $100 each for the other 5, and you'll get $1,000 of my money for these 6 charities.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Gary, you're a legend. You're a legend.
That's why you're our president, Gary.
And Gary, just to clarify, you want me to send this to your house after, right? So you can use it?
That would be fabulous. Thank you.
Okay. Perfect.
Gary, when liquor ice cream comes about, you know who to talk to.
Sam, I'll keep your number.
All right.
It was a great, it was a good hypothetical. Had you made that, that would have been good.
I will say that Sam's presentation, I got a weird sense of deja vu for a second there. All sprinkles deep. I don't know. Just saying. I don't know. I've been here before.
Happens to the best of us. Well, thank you, Gary. We hope you continue to be good in corn.
Thank you, Gary.
How's our first lady doing? Amy.
Oh, Amy's doing well. We actually both had a small bout of the coronavirus early on. Luckily, it was Corona Light.
Yep.
We were not too severely ill, but we're all recovered, working mostly from home, and everybody's doing great.
That's what we need to hear.
Glad
All
to
right.
hear it.
We'll keep being good. We appreciate everything, and we'll see you soon. Hopefully
right.
at the track.
Thanks so much for having us.
Miss you,
Thanks,
bud.
Gary.